This stock went from $6 to almost $16 in less than 1 hour, and I can guarantee you most of you have never heard of it before. Let me put that into perspective for you real quick. If you would have bought 100 shares at the $6 price and sold it close to the $16 price, you would have made over $1,000 on that one trade. So let me go ahead and show you guys a strategy, a beginner strategy, so you don't miss a move like this again. Let's hop right into it. So, hopping right into it, the strategy in question is what is known as a trend line strategy, but to be more specific, I'm going to call it, or what it's known to be called, as the symmetrical triangle strategy. And as you can see, pretty self-explanatory. It's when you see price form a triangle that shows anticipation of a breakout. Now, what constitutes a symmetrical triangle? So, how do you know when you have a symmetrical triangle forming in the first place? Well, we want to look at things such as higher highs and higher lows. Now, what is a higher high and a higher low? If we take a look here, we see that price made a strong move up, establishing our first high. And we know it's a high because we then have a pullback after that, showing that that was the high of the move. We are now pulling back. And as we can see, that formed our low, and we know it is a low because we started the next move up. Therefore, we have a high, and now we have a low. Now look, when we come back up, the price doesn't come back to the high, nor does it go past it, meaning that that is now a higher low, or no, a lower high. I'm sorry. Now the second high is lower than the first high, meaning it is now a lower high. And as we come back down, notice we go low, but not as low as our first low, establishing a higher low this time. Now, if we were to draw lines, how would it look? And after we play a quick game of connect the dots, we can see that indeed it did form a triangle, also known as the symmetrical triangle. Now, I say this is a great beginner strategy because it is very easy to identify when out in the live market. So let me show you the stock that popped up today showing this exact move. It's important to remember that it will not always look picture perfect as well, but as you can see, we have our initial move up. Although we did go as high as here, I considered the line to be right there. It may be a little arbitrary. Some people would start it there, but I like to put it right there just because of the angle of the trend line. And what I mean by the angle of the trend line is how steep it is. I tend to know and realize the most accurate trend lines, or especially when we have descending resistance being the top line that's going down, the